What happened after that?
I want to move towards healing.
Healing. Because this changed your life. So, okay,
Yes.
all right.
I want to quit and I move into healing.
Healing. Full time. Hundreds of cases you have you've seen as a therapist now, as a past life regression therapist now. So, what kind of issues people come with?
The people feel claustrophobic. They can't
Close to.
get into a lift or take planes. They can't take flights.
Hello everyone, welcome to my podcast So Deep. I'm your host Sudeep Verma, and today I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic, the mystery of soul. I have come back with a 3-episode series, but I will talk about that later. Let me ask you a few questions. Do you ever wonder in life, what is happening in my life? What is purpose of my life? क्या हो रहा है? Or do you have ever had any type of phobia or anxiety, height की, darkness, or any type of phobia, and wondered why? Or for that matter, have you ever had any type of pain, mental or physical, and wondered क्यों हो रहा है मेरी लाइफ में ये? And have you tried to find any remedy for that, healing for that? Or for that matter, have you ever wondered मेरी लाइफ में ये कॉम्प्लेक्स रिलेशनशिप क्यों है? लव, हेट, किसी पे बहुत ज्यादा ट्रस्ट, कोई बहुत ज्यादा ब्लेसिंग बन के आया है, और कोई बहुत ज्यादा पेन, causing mental stress. Why such type of relationship? Why these complexities? Or for that matter, have you ever wondered what is soul? Where do my loved one go after the death? There are many questions. The mystery of soul has been one subject which has been of profound interest for religions, for science, for humanity as such, for a long time. And how so much it has been explored, there has been more unanswered questions, curious questions. Why all this? So friends, I am starting a podcast series which will have 3 series in this one. And the guest of my podcast series is a very curious, very interesting, very intelligent, yet a rebel lady. I will explain why rebel I'm saying. Anshu Srivastava. But let me first tell you what we will do in these 3 podcast series. First episode will be where I will interview Anshu Srivastava and understand how this mystery has transformed her life, the knowledge of soul, why she went from a corporate life to become a healer to where she is right now. What happened? And there are a lot of answers to the questions that we have raised in the beginning. The second episode will be where Anshu will interview me, and I will share a lot of transformative journey which changed my life, which I think is going to change anybody's life. And it's a very, very related to very basic, simple questions. And we will unveil the mystery of soul. Third episode, in which me and Anshu will target few very relevant topics which are of very big curiosity for general public, like past life regression therapy, and so much so forth. So let's start our first episode. Let me introduce Anshu. Welcome, Anshu.
Hi, hello, how are you?
Fantastic, Anshu, and good to have you. By the way, I know Anshu for last many decades now. Not that we are too old, but yeah, I know her when she was very little girl. Anshu has she was a very successful corporate girl, very successful corporate girl. You know, she rose through the ladder to become in the banking industry, became one of the big name. And then something happened in her life, and she transformed from being a corporate girl to a healer. And then her journey took her to something else. Her healing experiences transformed her life, and she finally has started her own NGO, and we'll talk about that later. So when I said earlier, she is a rebel. She is a rebel in terms when she decides to do something, she better gets it done. And her rebel is for a good cause, because she is actually serving the humanity in a wonderful manner. And we'll learn in this episode pretty soon. Anshu, welcome to the show again.
Thank you so much.
We need to learn
It's a pleasure to be here.
Sorry?
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Pleasure as well for us. Anshu, for our viewers, though I know you well, for our viewers, tell us about how your corporate life grew, your early life, our corporate life.
So I started my career a long time back, and I'll say that I am a banker basically. And I started my banking career with a very big bank in India, ICICI Bank. And I started my career in Delhi, then moved to Bombay. And in Bombay, I was a part of the senior escalation management team, which used to take care of the mails and the escalations marked to the senior management. It was a very stressful job. The hours were long, and I was a young mother. It was my first child, and the child was a toddler, 2.5-year-old. So I was busy in the corporate life, and as all the young mothers can relate to, at times it's very difficult to be working for long hours, taking care of the family, of the toddler, and especially when it's a nuclear family.
Absolutely.
So I was juggling between the motherhood, the office, and yes, that was a very good period for me when I talk about my career-wise. I was doing very well, and but the only thing was this, that after some time I started getting a lot of pain in my neck. So as we think it may be the stress or the long sitting hours due to which the pain has started. So that time I thought, fine, let us see, maybe it may go after some time. I started exercising and all that, but didn't work anything. The pain was getting worse. So at that time I referred to a big hospital in Mumbai, and they said, fine, let's do an X-ray and find out the reason. So it was spondylitis, and which is considered a very normal thing. It happens when you sit for long hours.
Correct.
So after that my medication started, and obviously I didn't have much time to think over it. So with medication and exercises and back to the corporate life, the things felt better. And it was the same time, after a couple of months, I moved to Bangalore because my husband got transferred there, and so I had to take a transfer to Bangalore. So I moved there, and because it was a shift from Bombay to Mumbai, so I was given a role of a branch manager in one of the very big branch, and where the walk-ins were very high, and the normal banking hours were from 9 to 5, but for me the day used to start at 8 o'clock in the bank, and there was no time when I'm going to close it. So it was long hours, and being a new city with a small child, it was a little difficult. But anyway, I was enjoying the new role, the new place. But somehow after a couple of months, I think it was around 9-10 months, when the pain started shooting again. And the pain was so bad that at times I used to get numbing sensation in my left arm.
Okay.
And also there was a time where I used to get blackouts for a couple of seconds.
Wow.
So that was a time when I thought, no, it can't be spondylitis.
The red flag.
Yeah, it's something more than that. So I went to again a multi-speciality hospital in Bangalore. So they had my earlier reports of Mumbai. So they said, "Okay, fine, let's do an MRI." So now here it is interesting. When my MRI reports came, so the doctors asked me, "When did you had your injury? When did you met with an accident?" Accident? I never met with an accident. They said, "Ki no, your neck is damaged and it can happen only with an accident." And no, I never had an accident. So it was astonishing for them also because neck was completely damaged as per the MRI report, and they said ki the only option we have it is a spinal surgery.
Wow.
With a 3.5-year-old toddler, being a nuclear family, I can't think of taking such a big decision of going for a surgery. So we thought, okay, fine, let's refer to another hospital. So we went to another hospital, again a multi-speciality hospital. The doctor saw the report and the same question was asked, "When did you met with an accident?"
Wow.
So they said, basically, no, there was no accident, but I need a remedy. So they said, fine, let us start the physiotherapy and the medication. Maybe you will get some relief. But no, there was no help, and after within 15-20 days, it was very, very bad. I couldn't hold my daughter in my arms. It was so bad. So again, we could square zero. We had nothing to do, what to do.
Yeah.
So at the time we referred to the first hospital again, and they said, fine, the only option now is left, you take a 3-month bed rest and please decide upon a date when we can go for the surgery.
Wow.
So I applied for a 3-month leave. I was at home and I was wearing the neck collar for the support. And I had nothing to do except lying down or reading. So I'm a very fond reader. So, and I came across a book, Miracle Happens by Dr. Brian Weiss. Although
Brian Weiss.
Yeah. So I had read other books of him, but this Miracle Happens was, I got to know
That's
about
what you were
the book.
looking for, right? Actually.
Yeah, right. So when I read the book, so in that I came to know ki, yes, many times your physical ailments are related to your past life. In the meantime, since I was in Bangalore and Ayurveda massage is quite reputed there, so my colleagues told me, why don't you also try the Ayurveda treatment? So I tried that, but no remedy.
Basically, you were trying everything which takes you away from surgery and gets you help.
Very true. So, and it was the same time when Tripti Jain was a very famous name. Raj.
Tripti Jain, for our viewers, if you guys recall, some of you may recall, Tripti Jain started a show called Raj Pichle Janam Ka. And it became very famous because she was doing hypnotherapy and past life regression, and she was taking people to the past life and treating. So it became hugely popular, and a lot of, actually, I remember a lot of big actors. I remember Shekhar Suman also came in that show, and so many people, and it became quite popular, quite effective.
Yes, very true. So at that time, because it was already going on and I had watched a couple of episodes, so we first tried reaching out to Tripti Jain, but came to know that for next 6 months there was no appointment.
Wow, that's
so I was left with the other options. I have to find some other therapist in Bangalore itself. So while checking, my husband came to know about Miss Neelam Kivlani, and she was a past life regression therapist based in Bangalore. So I called her and I told her this is my situation. Then he said, but I'm sorry, but I'm in my last stage of pregnancy. Any day the delivery is due, and right now I have stopped taking any session. But I said, please see if something can be done. This is my state. And she could connect to my daughter because
she was also going through that.
Yes,
yeah.
And so she said, fine, let's take the session. So next day she called me. So I went there with my husband, and as being a corporate person, and where all the time thinking about finance and helping others, and the numbers were the main thing. So I was quite skeptical. I came here, but I don't know what's going to happen.
You're all logical person.
Yeah,
You
completely.
apply logics, try to seek proof.
So
Yeah.
for me, fine, reading something is very nice, but actually whether it happens or not, it's a question
Yeah,
mark.
yeah, that's true.
We always doubt,
Yeah,
especially the books.
that's true.
Sorry, I'm saying here, but
No, but that's true. That's true. That's true.
so I went there, but once she put me into trance, and that session she said, "Ki, let's find out if your reason of pain is related to your current life." It was fine. So whatever was my that time
So
age,
she wanted to see if your pain is related to your current life.
right?
That was the first step.
First step, correct. So it started. She took a 2-hour long session, but nothing came out where it was related to the current life.
So, sorry, Anshu. For our viewers, let me tell you, past life regression therapy is a very well established method, proven method, used widely, and it's an extension of hypnotherapy. And we will talk about this in detail as to how it works in the third episode. But right now, yeah, Anshu, please go.
Okay, so in the current life, there was no reason we could find it is related. The pain is related to that. So, and for me, sitting for 1.5 2 hours, it was bad. So she said, "Ki fine, let's continue tomorrow." So next day, I went for the second session, and that time she took me to the reason of the pain in the trance, and
Reasons of pain meaning?
means what is the cause of the pain.
Okay.
Since it's not the current life, so from where the pain started, what is the reason of it?
So viewers, please note that down. First step was looking at the current life, looking at the previous years of the current life to see if there is a hidden cause of that pain hidden in this current life. Sometimes a child gets something in the childhood, and that might be reason, but that's the first step. Second step is they ask the question,
Across time and space, from where this
pain may have
started, the core from where it has started. And I stumbled upon a past life where I saw myself as a young boy running in the woods, and there were a lot of people running with me, and I could feel that we are being chased by some other group. It was a tribal area, and long trees, tall trees, and so I was running there, and suddenly I felt that something has pierced my neck. And I saw myself suddenly falling on the ground, and with the help of my therapist, when the next scene she took me, so I was on in a small hut, and I saw myself lying. It was an arrow which had hurt me, and the arrow was taken out, but I was severely ill, hurt badly. And I could see that other tribals are also sitting there, and I know that now I'm not going to live. They are crying.
So they have accepted that you are dying.
And suddenly I felt that I'm leaving my body and I'm out.
Oh.
So this was.
So you had that experience of.
Yes, you
coming
feel.
out.
Yeah, you completely feel that you're coming out of the body, and then you can see your body lying there completely. So this was my first interaction with the past life regression therapy. Wow. So once I was out of the session, I was quite surprised, amazed at the same time, didn't believe it.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah.
maybe it's my hallucination. I
Yeah.
dreamt about it. It can't be.
First thought goes there only. Yeah.
Exactly.
Is it an
And Ms. Neelam laughed about it. Fine, it's okay. Let's wait and watch. So then she said, we have to check. Maybe there are other lives. So she called me for the third session next day. And it was quite easy for me at that time to go into the trance. And this time I saw myself as a male again in a jail as a freedom fighter, and I could see that there are a lot of other prisoners there. And it's the day when it has been decided that 3 prisoners will be hanged. to death. And I could see that I'm one of them. And then obviously the dragging out of the cell and hanging. And I could feel that yes, my neck bone is broken.
Again, neck bone.
Neck, yes. And as I, with the help of my therapist, when I felt that I have left the body and could, so this time he helped me because I could feel restlessness. He said, fine, go back and see your family. Then I could see, I went in a small place, I could see.
As a soul.
Yeah, I could see goats and all that, and I saw a small child. And as soon as I saw that child, I see, oh, her eyes is of my current daughter.
So she was.
Yes, so, and that was very, very, I couldn't believe what I'm seeing. The eyes, you can connect with the eyes.
It's not easy to digest.
Yes, and my daughter was hardly 3.5, 4 year old. How can she be there? So that was the question. But anyway, I was out of the trance. But I'll say I was very, very surprised.
Yeah.
What am I seeing? And obviously, as my logical mind couldn't believe. So anyway, that one. Then she said my therapist tried to check if there is any other past life. No, there were only 2 past lives which was related to this. So nothing. The third time when she gave the command or tried to take me to the another past life, so we couldn't reach anywhere because there were only 2 past life related to the issue. So I was out of the session. I sat and had a cup of tea with a lot of doubts and questions. And she said, fine, let us see how it works. And I went back again, taking rest. But I felt within a couple of days, I think 4-5 days, that my pain has substantially reduced up to 50%. So
just in 4-5 days.
And I was thinking, how can this happen? Because the medication is the same, everything is same. How can this happen? So within 10 days, the pain was completely gone. Completely gone. I was not wearing the collar. And I was able to pick up my daughter in my arms. That was the happiest moment. But at the same time, I was questioning, how is it possible? Yeah. My husband, who was a complete practical person, was still saying, no, kuch gadbad hai. Something else is the reason of your... But the medication was same. Everything was the same. And then we went to the hospital.
So basically, you guys were trying to...
negate the whole
yes.
How is it possible?
Because of past life thing?
No, it cannot happen.
Because of something else?
Yes.
It's a chance.
Yeah, it's a chance.
Coincidence.
So when we went to the hospital, I referred to the doctor, and I say, immediately, where's your collar? The pain has reduced. He said, it's not possible, how can it go? I said, no, there is no pain.
Because it
so he made me do all the stretching and everything. They said, I have no words. But then I told him that I got my past evolution therapy done, and he was like, he didn't sit for a couple of minutes. Then he said, see, I don't believe it will be some other reason.
Of course.
He had no answer to it.
Of course.
But he cannot logically explain how it can be healed.
Exactly. The medication was same.
Everything was same.
And most importantly, medication was just a pain reliever.
Exactly.
Not healing
No.
the gap that was visible in MRI.
Yeah, it was not, because it cannot be possible, because that's why they had told that I need to go for
That's why they said, it's medicine is just to relieve pain and
yes,
sustain for a few days.
So now it's around 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah,
no pain.
Nothing.
All right. Yes, that's the first glimpse of a logical person, a corporate person, a believer in proof, logic. But there is always something out there that we do not know. So, Anshu, what happened after that? You can quickly tell how you transition from this experience, from corporate life, what impact it made on you, and then what happened?
See, I was healed. I was able to do my normal course without any pain or any issue. But the one thought which kept lingering in my mind was that, how is it possible it has happened? And if it has helped me, then it's my responsibility to help others. So, practically, I was very much aligned to my work, but emotionally and mentally, I was disconnected. I said, we are talking about the practical things, the work, and the other, I know that the life is very different. So that was a time when a thought popped in, I want to move towards healing.
Healing. Because this changed your life. So, okay,
Yes.
all right. So what did you do? You did any course after that?
Yes, while it was a very difficult decision to take, that I want to leave I was heading one of the biggest branch as a branch manager.
Very good position.
And obviously the perks and salary, everything was quite good. So taking such a hasty decision of leaving the job was not on cards. So we were like, let's wait and see. But yes, this thought was there that I want to start healing and I want to learn what is hypnotherapy. So I joined the course from ECA. So it was a past life regression therapy course. So I did that, and it was difficult because you have to take breaks, go for the session. So I took leave and went. But after a certain time, I realized, it's not possible to do both the things.
Travel
So it was so I thought, I want to quit, and I move into healing.
Healing full time. All right. So if you can summarize, I mean, it has been a decade. You've been doing multiple hundreds of cases. You have you've seen as a therapist now, as a past life regression therapist now. So what kind of issues people come with? What is your experience? If you can explain and summarize in quickly.
Okay, so I'll just share 3 type of cases which I find mostly the people come for. One is the relationships.
Yes.
The relationship can be with the parents, disturbed, troubled relationship with the parents, with the siblings, with your partner, with your spouse. When I'm saying partner, it can be a professional partner, it can be your multiple partners in the life with whom you have, but the pattern is the same. So you are attracting toxic relations. So relationship is one of the major reasons.
Yeah.
Then the second is of fear and phobia.
Fears and phobia.
Fear can be from heights, it can be for water, or it can be fire, or it can be animal skin. There are people scared of, they have phobias. Or it can also be like that they are scared of different other reasons. Like the people feel claustrophobic. They can't get into a lift or take planes. They can't take flights.
So Anshu, out of all these cases that you had seen, have you healed all of them? Or if it's a percentage wise in general, what happens?
So I'll say around 70% are healed.
70% are healed.
Okay, because past life regression therapy is not meant for everyone. I'll explain you how.
That's what my next question was.
So the thing is this key.
Who needs it and why?
See, when a person will come for hypnotherapy only when the other so-called the more practical approaches don't work. For relationship, they'll go to a marriage counselor or to any other psychiatrist or psychologist. Then only they will come to a past life regression therapist. For the fear and everything, again the same. Then for ailments, they'll go to a doctor, check the report. Then only if nothing works, they'll come for a past life regression therapy. So past life regression therapy is meant only for those people who actually have some issue
related to past. But if this not in past, it may be not in the past, right?
No, it can be of your current life also, but some unresolved issues are there.
Okay.
So just I want to try what is past life, so it doesn't work. So there has to be a genuine
reason. You have
reason.
To have a genuine reason.
Yes. So
genuine problem.
Correct, right.
There's always, Anshu, a fear in a lot of people about this topic. If I'll go to past life regression, कहीं मेरी आत्मा पहले ही तो नहीं अटक जाएगी और कहीं मैं मर तो नहीं जाऊंगा. I mean, people have asked me such questions. What's your take on that?
See, it's a very, very practical way how the session happens. जैसे आप लोग मूवीज में देखते हैं पेंडुलम हिलाते हुए, वैसा कुछ नहीं होता. It's a very practical way of doing. So, because when we talk about hypnotherapy, it's a tool which is used by the psychologist as well as by the psychiatrist, in which whoever is the therapist will help you, the client, to go into a trance state where your subconscious mind comes up and the conscious mind goes down. The conscious mind is always conscious and is always there. So when somebody says मैं कहीं past life में तो नहीं छूट जाऊंगा, no, it can't be possible. It's a 0% chance कि you will be left, because your conscious mind will always bring you back.
Yeah. So audience, let me also, because I have also been practicing this, I've been part of this journey. There is no fear. This is all mind made. There's no such. It's a very simple, very systematic therapy, or past life regression is there's no fear as such, but you have to have a genuine reason. You cannot go and try it out for the sake of fun or for the sake of curiosity. No, there has to be a genuine reason for that. My last question: how did you then move from past life regression to this NGO? So by the way, friends, Anshu has opened her new NGO around 4 years back, and she is working very closely on mental health. And then I want to hear how you moved, Anshu, from a regression therapist only to a regression therapist plus this NGO.
Okay, so while I started getting a lot of clients, till now I don't have a web page of my any people
Website,
usually,
yeah.
yes, nothing. So it's only word of mouth. So I started getting a lot of clients, and now it's quite some time. So around 9 years back, I started getting the first client from the LGBTQ community. Because that I was not even aware what is LGBTQ at that time. So when the person came, I read fine and I spoke to him, and the sessions were amazing. And the timid, scared person I met in the first day, and now if I see him, absolutely changed personality. And he is one of the biggest believer of past life regression therapy and hypnotherapy. So with his reference, and then as the words spread that I also work with the LGBT community.
So आपको spread बढ़ता गया, वो community के लोग
बहुत
थे.
ज़्यादा, बहुत लोग
I think
आने
that
लगे.
community is very close otherwise, unless until they trust, they
Yes.
see somebody is helping them.
So with me, they feel it's a home. They
Yeah.
feel safe with me. So it started, and obviously whenever we are doing a session of hypnotherapy or past life regression therapy, it's obviously we are taking care of their mental health.
Mental health, yes.
End of the day, we all are coming, or when I went to because I was mentally very disturbed what is going to happen, I went for the session. So anybody who comes, it's for the mental health only. So around 4 years back, again my first client, he said it's high time, you have been doing so much, start an NGO. So it was his push.
And then you discussed that with me.
I remember,
And
yes.
then, I said that, mental health, because when Anshu mentioned this to me, that this LGBTQI community, and I said this is a wonderful thing, because for them it's a really closed world, and they really need help. So breaking into that and being effective there means I started thinking, why not corporate? In corporate life, there is a huge need of mental health and mental health resolution. There's huge work-life balance and multiple issues there. There are elderly people who are undergoing through major mental health issues. There are autism. Everywhere, every sphere in life, there is a huge need of mental health. So, we discussed, and I said, while you have started with LGBTQI, I think, so I'm also honored to be part of your NGO. Anshu has started, and she's a founder, director, everything. And I'm just an advisor trying to help her navigate ways into various spread in the world. Anshu, fantastic journey. Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
I think episode has become quite long. So we will finish this episode here. And a lot of question and answer that we had discussed and talked about, you will see in my book, which I just released, Unveiling the Mystery of Soul. Go grab your copy, and we will talk more about in the next episode and the second and third episode as well. And a lot of that is part of the book. And trust me, whatever we have talked about is just scratching the surface. There is a huge depth in there, huge interest and huge positivity. So explore yourself through this book. Thank you so much.